Just a quick little size comparison between the truck tires and my the RSX tires. This is an attempt to keep tonight's rain out of the inside of the tires, so that way hopefully it's less work on the guys at the tire shop. Hopefully. Just got to keep the rain out of the center. That's all I'm trying to do here. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. So happy to have you guys here. We have the truck here, got the leveling kit on. It's been on for a few days. So quick overall recap, we've done a lot of maintenance to the truck. I didn't film it, but I did the rear differential fluid, I did the transaxle fluid, the transmission fluid, the torque converter, I did spark plugs, air filter, cabin air filter, and the leveling kit, and the upper control arms, and the front diff lowering spacers. One of the last biggest upgrades that we're doing to the truck is we've got the tires loaded in the back. Loaded them up last night, so I didn't have to worry about it today. Put a tarp over them so hopefully water didn't get inside the well. So we are, pacifier if you're wondering, we are getting ready to go to have this thing mounted and balanced, and I'm super stoked because this is one of the last biggest things that I'm having to do to the truck as far as the snowdrift channel is concerned before I go to the Dragon. So we're gonna hop in the truck. I've got a lot of stuff I got to get done today, so let's not waste any more time. I mean, I've got a full schedule, so you guys are gonna come along with me. And that nugget, can you wave, baby? She's too good to wave to you guys, just so you know. Okay, so we've dropped off the little girl, and I just left my dentist appointment, and so now we are going to be heading to Co-op, and we're going to have them mount and balance our new BFG KO2s on the Silverado. I'm so excited. This is the most money that I've spent on the truck since we bought the truck, for sure. Because the torque converter was like, a little over 300 bucks or something like that, and then the Motofab leveling kit, that was like 120 something dollars or whatever shipped. And so like, a lot of the modifications that we've done to the truck have been very simple, or not even modifications, but just maintenance items. The tires that are on here are Toyo Open Country's HTs, so I'm assuming that means highway tire, and they've been fantastic. They truly have. Even off-road, I've taken this truck, this is my hunting rig, so I've taken this thing off-road tons of times. You can see that on my other channel, so it's been fantastic. But I have read so many great reviews about the KO2s with their on-road and especially their off-roading capabilities. They're not like giant mud grapplers or something like that you'd put on like a lifted vehicle, but for simple, basic, off-roading, when it comes to just going out into the, into the woods or whatever, and, not like rock crawling or anything insane, because this is still like pretty much a daily commuting truck. It's gonna, the tires are gonna make it much more capable, I think, in that type of environment. This is not going to be some 89-degree incline, hill climb vehicle where I'll have to climb up a tree and over some boulders and stuff, but it's going to be much better in the dirt and mud environment, I'm sure. And the truck should sit a little bit higher because the tread on these tires are actually good because they're new. I checked the date on the tires and they were all made on the 17th week of this year. So quick math, basically the back half of April, from what I can tell, which is great because it's just now June, and I actually bought the tires themselves in the middle of May, and so they are fresh off the presses. I mean, like freshest rubber I've ever had. So I'm pretty stoked. So anyway, we're gonna keep on trucking here, and like I said, we got a lot we got to do today, and this is all in preparation for the Dragon. And I guess I'll dive a little bit more into that now. But long story short, I've met a new friend through YouTube. ER, if you're watching, thank you for being everything. Thanks for being such a great friend to me, even though we've never physically met yet. But we're going to be meeting up the day that Nathan and I, yes, Nathan is coming this time, I hope. If nothing goes wrong, it should be both of us in the truck this time. Not on horseback like I did last year, but that's okay. Because it's just gonna be better for us, you know, and the bikes and everything like that. Anyway, it's a different story altogether. But ER, he's a much older gentleman. He's the same age as my dad, basically. So we have like this kind of, you know, bond of, you know, that spans generations. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to the, you know, trucks like this. This is what he does. He loves it. He also rides motorcycles as well, so he fits into the channel just perfect. So he does a lot more off-road riding. He has like a supermoto kind of dirt bike deal. I'm not exactly sure what he calls it. You know, there's all different kinds of names for that style of bike, but anyway, for simplicity's sake, we'll just call it a supermoto because he can ride it on the street too, I'm pretty sure. So he deals with HP tuner stuff, which, you know, a lot of you probably know, that's the type of tuner that you tune Chevrolets with, whether it's your, you know, four-wheel drive Z71, or, you know, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, your super fast Camaro or something like that. So, or your Corvette. I think they do a little bit of everything. So he is going to be tuning up the truck for me. Not necessarily for the Dragon trip. Still got a big secret I'm keeping from you guys for my Fralix Arms channel. So, you know, be on the lookout for that. Something fun is coming up fairly quick. Not it's gonna be this year. So enough about that. So, but I need to have these tires installed because it's going to affect the way that the truck, you know, shifts and drives, and I'm pretty sure it affects this speedometer as well. I haven't actually seen any factual information about different tire sizes really affecting the speedometer on these trucks, but I personally, with the way my mind works, is like that makes sense. Like it would affect the speedometer just a little. So with, like I said in the beginning of the video, with all the maintenance that we've done to this truck, there's pretty much only two things that I have not done to the truck, and that's put a new serpentine belt on it, because I'm, you know, that's one of those things where you're not super worried about it on these trucks. They're super easy to change on a truck. If it does go out, I think, you know, just for my own sanity, I might just buy a spare and throw it in here, because I can put, I've put belts on trucks like these countless times. My dad has one, friends have them, so on and so forth. And the only other thing that I really need to do, probably before the trip, is change the front differential fluid, which I could probably do that later today, or maybe tomorrow, since today is so full. So I've still got the splash guard off the front of the truck, because I'm monitoring leaks right now. I'm not there isn't like any serious leaks going on, but I'm just checking a few things, because it looks like my transmission cooler lines might need to be replaced at some point, or at least patched up. Back to ER, he is going to tune up the truck, because, and that's, like I said, that's why I'm getting the tires put on. That's why I need all this stuff to be just kind of perfect right now, because if the tires that I'm not going to be driving on aren't on the truck, or the tires that I'm going to be driving with primarily are not on the truck, then the tune isn't going to be perfect. And he's kind of anal about that sort of stuff, and I appreciate that, because I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm coming from like a Honda tuner world and looking more into the truck, but you know, I've always loved trucks. You know, my first vehicle ever was a truck, and you couldn't really do any of this tuning stuff to an 87 with all the factory you know, stuff that it had. But with these newer trucks, they really rely on computers, and that's something that I can appreciate for sure, with the RSX being as souped up as it is up until this point. And so he's gonna plug in, he's gonna adjust, you know, the shift points, so update the transmission in that way. He's gonna disable AFM. Thank God. I've been wanting to do that since pretty much the year we got this truck. I started learning about the oil burning issues that these things can have, and how they can just drop a valve, you know, like they can, like, you know, engine failure can happen. It's not super common, but it does happen. I mean, enough people have complained about it. You know, this stuff does happen, and that, I would consider that a catastrophic failure, because you're going to be putting holes in stuff that don't need holes. And so with disabling the AFM, he's also going to tune up the electronic throttle. And so he said, you know, based on what he's told me, he's been doing this for a little while now, and he's done it to several people's vehicles. He's just going to make the truck feel like a cable-driven V8 truck. That's the dream, right? That's exactly what I would like it to feel like, and that's what it should feel like. And he's even got data that shows that the fuel mileage really isn't that bad. In fact, it can be a lot better in some cases with it being in constant V8 mode. And so deleting the 4-cylinder mode, I really don't care. I could not care less about having this thing run on 4 cylinders when I'm going down the highway. I would rather have V8 all the time, like God intended it. So anyway, we're about to be pulling up here to Co-op, and we're going to get these old Toyos pulled off and put on these brand new BFGs. Got the truck up on the lift. Not too much longer now, I hope. Those look so much better. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they look so good. I am so happy. I got them to put the white lettering on the outside. I love it. Let's hop in this thing and go for a ride. Just so y'all know, I'm going and getting this mop cut off today. I mean, I'm going to, I'm not going to shave it, but it's, ooh, man, I'm thinking about it. Ooh, also got some carriage bolts that I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing with those later. But let's get on the road here. I'm sure you're all wanting to know what Shane has to say about the truck. So I sent him a really nice picture. I sent him a really nice picture of the truck. This is what he had to say. He said, "That looks like absolute dog shit." And to my response was, "That means a lot coming from you." He said, "The whole truck is level. Who the fuck does that?" I don't know who the fuck does that. No one in their right mind would level their truck, have it totally perfectly even from front to back. That is some weird psycho shit right there. We're gonna grab a bite to eat real quick, or well, I mean, you guys can eat whenever you feel like it. I'm gonna eat right now, but once we get back home, I'm gonna show you guys what those carriage bolts are for that I picked up at the Co-op. Okay, you guys, I just made it back home. Got the old tires here. I just decided to hang on to them. A couple of them are actually in okay shape, but I just wanted to show you guys this really fast. This is kind of like, this will like solidify why I needed new tires. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that the tread on these are, you know, gone. Let's see if this one, let's see when this thing was made. 39th week of 2017, I think, is when these were made. So these were pretty new when we bought them, but they're old now, wore out. Wear marks are pretty close. They had a little bit of life left in them, but at this point they were starting to get dry rotted. Let me look. Was it this one maybe? Yep. Okay, so look, if you guys can see, this one has a patch right there. This one has a plug that I put in it right there. And if we run over here to this one, actually I'll go ahead and bring these over there, one of them anyway. If we come over here to this one, let's see. Yeah, this one also had a patch on it. So 3 out of the 4 tires, hey Axel, 3 out of the 4 tires that were on the truck had a plug or patch on it. So it was definitely time to do something about that. Man, those look good. God, I love them so much. Okay, so just for fun, this tire right here is probably one of the most wore out ones that was on the truck, but still, we're going to measure from top to bottom, from the ground up, and see how tall this thing was. It's about 31 inches tall. So the tires that were on the truck, we can safely assume that they were probably about 31.5 inches, maybe, you know, right around that. So let's see if we hit the magic 33-inch tall tire number with these new BF Goodrich tires. They should be pretty close to that 33-inch mark. Not quite 33 inches. They're about 32.5. Still, that's very, very, very close. I'm not going to complain about that at all. I kind of went off of like a little forum sheet that someone had wrote up about how to get 33-inch tires in metric form, because I couldn't really find these exact tires in just a 33-inch by like 12.5 or whatever size that they needed to be to fit my factory wheels. I'm just checking for consistency in them. Yep, 37, 38, somewhere in there. All right, that's what I was hoping for. All right, let's move on. Okay, so the next step in our Dragon preparation video here is we're gonna prep the trailer. Yeah, we're trailering the bikes this time, not gonna be throwing them in the bed of the truck. And that's just for one reason. And like I said earlier, with us going to my buddy ER's house, he is going to be tuning the truck and we're going to be having to go out on the road and drive it. Well, the truck needs to be unloaded, and just to make life just that much easier on me and him and Nathan, we're bringing the trailer. Borrowed it from our friend Shane, obviously. And so that'll just make unloading this thing a lot easier. As you can see, I've already got a 3¼ inch drop hitch with a 2-inch ball on it. Picked that up yesterday. Hopefully that will level the trailer out a little bit. It was just a little too high with my standard hitch, so hopefully that's going to do the trick. But with my 3/8 drill bit chucked up in my handy dandy Ryobi here, as you can see in this trailer, there's not really a good place to tie down a motorcycle. We're gonna fix that. So really, I'm really just gonna be taking a measurement from the inside. I'm not gonna really worry about the outside spacing here. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm not hitting any metal, and then we're just going to roll with this. And that seems like it's gonna be a really good spot. So maybe bring it back just a little bit and touch mark. There we go. And do our carriage bolts fit? They should. They're 3/8. Might need some hammering, but I think it's gonna work. Sun came out just for a second and it's blazing hot out here now. Wonderful. All right, I'm gonna go grab a hammer. And in case you're wondering, yes, I asked Shane's permission before I did this. Seriously guys, come on, one of y'all has to fit. That one. Hit these down. Oh, well, whatever. Big washers for underneath, just to make sure everything's gonna be nice and protected. Of course. Of course. Of course.
We got a little bit of squeeze on the wood. I saw some water come out. Nice. And theoretically, you should be able to pick the trailer up with that. All right, 2, 4, 6, 5 more times I'm doing that. All right, you guys, so I got the front 3 in, so we're hauling 2 bikes. So we got a way to strap both sides of each bike. The middle one's gonna you know, obviously take a little bit more of a load, but that's okay. These are rated for 16,000 pounds. A little bit overkill actually, but you know me, I love to go overkill. And really they weren't that much more expensive than the little standard D-rings that, you know, they weren't attractive. And I want these to be able to be used for a long time, be very reliable for Shane, because obviously they're going to stay with the trailer. I don't own the trailer, so happy to invest in his trailer, you know, since he is so kind and lets us borrow it. I just did the front 3. I haven't done the back yet, but I've got a hair appointment. I got to go see my barber like right now. I actually want to wait and get my bike up in here so that way I can take some more measurements, so that way I can get the rest of these bolted in a decent place for the back wheel. The rear of the bike isn't nearly as important as the front, so this is done. I would honestly be okay with taking the trip like this, so that is something that you can, you know, keep in mind. So you get the gist. You saw me do it. You just take some measurements, make sure you get your measuring tape and, you know, measure it out evenly. Make sure you're not drilling through the frame or through the wiring or something crazy like that. But you guys will see the finished product at some point, so I'll pick this video back up later. Okay, I feel so much better. This is not my hairstyle per se. This is not what I do, but the hairstylist lady was like, I literally told her, I was like, I want this shit short as can be without being completely bald just yet. Probably gonna happen one day, but I just gave her, I was just like, just have fun. And so she did what she wanted to do. Things went well. We actually talked about her, like first thing I walked in, she was talking to the receptionist, whatever you want to call her, about starting a podcast. And so she talked to me about that forever. And so I told her about the YouTube channel. And so she asked me some questions and I told her, I'm like, damn, there's Sam Elliott. Holy shit. I told her I'm definitely not the person to ask about like marketing and stuff like that, because if my marketing was a little bit more on point, I'd probably have a little bit better of a following. But Jen, thanks for the haircut, and I hope your future endeavors go very well. I'm very excited to see what you do. And so yeah, we talked about that, and that was a really cool experience, just getting to talk to somebody about something that they're into or wanting to start. Because a lot of people, she even said, she's like, I'm kind of nervous to start doing something like that, and I'm just like, just dive head first in, just do it. Because you can try and fail, that's okay, at least you tried. But if you never try, you might regret it. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm definitely not the best YouTuber out there. I'm not even a great YouTuber as far as my specific area of expertise is concerned, but I still really enjoy doing it regardless of the views that I get. And you know, like I told her, I care more about the interaction with you guys, at least the nice ones. All you jackasses out there that have some smart ass remark to say, you can go fuck yourself. But everyone else, it's just like, man, I'll say one funny thing, because I'm not inherently funny. I'll say one funny thing and it's just like you're rolling, or whatever you're watching the video that I made, and it helps you in some way. That hits me right here. That's what I want, is just the interaction and just nothing but love, and it's great. It's a fantastic feeling, best feeling in the world. So that's something you want to do it. Don't even hesitate, just do it. I mean, like nowadays you can probably podcast from your phone. Your phone has a good microphone, a good camera. You could probably pull it off. I don't know how to podcast. I could probably figure it out, but I'm just saying, like, do a little bit of research. You can probably figure it out. I've never tried it, but do it. That would be so freaking cool. Not going to lie, you guys, I am digging this setup. This is pretty much perfect. yeah, I would love to own my own trailer one day. I definitely want something a lot larger, big enough to haul at least a car the size of the RSX, maybe a little bit bigger. But for just motorcycle transportation, and it being like a cheaper trailer, not like a covered trailer, this right here is awesome. And with my 3¼ inch drop hitch, I think the angle of it isn't horrible. I think, you know, it's still kind of at an incline, which is a little surprising. And no, the support there is not touching the ground. But I think once maybe I got a bike at the front of it or two, maybe it'll kind of, you know, come down a little bit. But God, like, I know the camera isn't going to do it any justice, but like the truck just looks like a beast right now with how high it's sitting up. And it's just the perfect height for this tire size. I mean, it's just, I couldn't have asked for a better looking setup for this truck. You know, I didn't want like a huge lift. You know, the way I understand it is that kids put on lifts, men put on leveling kits. So that's how it works. So, or I should say old men. I guess I could consider myself that at this point. So let's try and finish up getting the supports up on, like, drilled in and bolted down to the trailer. So let's get the CBR up here and see where we're at. I mean, just easy. It couldn't be better, and there's obviously plenty of room there for a second bike, and that's the whole point. This is looking awesome. So we got plenty of room up front. We've got the D-rings in perfect placement, which makes total sense. This trailer is actually wider than the bed of the truck, and I've had 2 bikes in the bed of this truck easily before. And the gate will obviously go all the way up. This trailer is the perfect size for carrying 2 motorcycles. There's just no doubt about it. This is perfect. So as far as putting on the last 3, I guess it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of backwards force on the bike. Not a lot, but just a little bit of tension. So I don't guess it would hurt just to put them kind of parallel and towards the end here. So I think it's going to be fine. I think we're just going to do pretty much the same thing we did at the front, just at the rear here. Okay, you guys, so yeah, all the sweat, yeah, super gross, right? It's hot today. It is a scorcher, but feeling really good. I've got all 6 of the tie downs installed into the trailer. They are sturdy. I am confident that you could pick the trailer up with any one of these. Just hoist it up off the ground, no problem. So they're all super duper tight, and minus piece of welding wire or something, minus you know, checking the tires the day that we leave, it's done. So the trailer project is over with. Honestly, I kind of wish it was my trailer. I can't convince Shane to sell me anything, so it's not like it ever will be, but having people you can borrow stuff from, friendship currency, it's great. It's amazing. With that being said, minus maybe changing the oil in the CBR and definitely changing the front differential fluid in the truck just to get that out of the way, we're done. We're ready to go. I'm cool with the drop hitch. I mean, I don't really want a steeper one. You know, I have that one, so I mean, that it's going to work fine. It's level enough. Still a little high, no big deal. So I'm going to unhook the trailer, put it back in its little spot. And so I think that's going to be it for this video, you guys. So this is dragon preparation video number 1 or 2. I don't think there's going to be many more after this. I got to pack and things like that. But we're not leaving for a couple more days, so I'm going to hold off on that. I got a few more things. I'm, like I said, changing the oil in the bike probably, just, to be safe, because I haven't changed it in a while. Haven't actually put that many miles on the bike, but it's just old oil that I wanted to get it changed out. So, and I've got all the stuff I need to do that. It takes me 5 to 10 minutes. So anyway, like I said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, whatever part of the dragon preparation videos that I'm putting out for this year. Very, very excited to go. Hopefully it won't be this hot at the dragon. I really hope it won't be. But now that I got this nice slick haircut, maybe I won't be as hot. So thank you guys so very much for watching. Share it with your friends, your family, and your dog. Tip your waitresses, eat your vegetables. Have a great freaking night, and I'll see you guys very soon. I love you. Good night. And we have officially come full circle.
just for the record, I'm just gonna throw this in somewhere. This is, at the end of the day, I'm done filming. I've already said my outro, but I wanna throw this in somewhere. We got 50,000 miles out of those Toyo open countries. I just wanna put this in there. You know, just putting that out there. They were great tires. You know, I got a couple unfortunate nails and screws picked up in them, but even when patched or plugged, they still were great tires. So just gotta say, you know, going from Toyo to BF Goodrich, that has nothing to do with Toyo. You know, I just wanted the KO2s because I wanted the KO2s. So I just realized that. I did the math, you know, and they were already on the truck when we bought the truck used, and so they had a little bit of mileage on them. So we got over 50,000 miles with those Toyo open country HTs. Just putting that out there.